Good morning, students. Today I'm going to discuss you some problems on this on polynomial equation. So here the next problems we have is if alpha 1 alpha 2 dash dash alpha n are the roots of this polynomial equation x to the power n plus p1 x power n minus 1 plus dash dash please fix n minus 1 into x plus p suffix n equals 0, then what we have to prove is that alpha 1 square plus 1 into alpha 2 square plus 1 dash dash alpha n square plus 1 is equal to this. So as you can see that alpha 1 dash alpha 2 are the roots of this polynomial equation. So therefore by factor theorem x to the power n plus p1 x power n minus 1 plus dash dash plus p suffix n minus 1 into x plus pn can be expressed as a factor of this x minus alpha 1 into x minus alpha 2 dash dash x minus alpha and name it as equation 1. Now put x equal to I in 1. So if you replace wherever x is there, you replace it by I. What you get, the left hand side gives you I to the power n plus p suffix 1 into I to the power n minus 1 plus p suffix 2 I to the power n minus 2 plus dash 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 plus p suffix n minus 1 into I plus p suffix n is equal to I minus alpha 1 into I minus alpha 2 dash dash dash. Wherever x is there, you replace by I minus alpha n. Now the right hand side, I can take I to the left hand side, I can take I to the power n common. So what we have is 1, I to the power n into 1 gives you I to the power n plus p suffix 1 into 1 by I. Sorry, there it should be minus 1 plus I, and then plus p suffix 2 I to the power n I have taken common. I to the power n minus 2, it is 1 by I square plus dash 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 is equal to, now the left hand side I want to express this I minus alpha 1 as alpha 1 minus I, so therefore minus sign will come here. Here again alpha 2 minus I alpha, so there will be n times minus 1 to the power n into alpha 1 minus I into alpha 2 minus I dash 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 into alpha n minus I. Now this or you can rewrite this one. Now let us write first this right hand side as the left hand side. We have minus 1 to the power n into alpha 1 minus 1 into alpha 2 minus 1 dash dash into alpha n minus I, sorry, I is equal to I to the power n into 1 plus p1 1 by I plus p2 1 by I square plus dash dash dash. Now remember, name this as equation 2. So now the right hand side, now as we know that I to the power n minus 1 is nothing but I to the power n into I to the power minus 1, which is same as I to the power n into 1 by I. But I want to remove this imaginary part from the denominator, so for that I have to multiply by I on I to the power n into I divided by I into I. So this gives you I into I, but I square in the denominator gives you minus 1, so I'll put this minus here, so you have I to the power n into I. So therefore I to the power n minus 1, that is 1 I to the power n into 1 by I to the power into 1 by I here will be replaced by I to the power n into minus I. Similarly, I to the power n minus 2 will give you I to the power n into I to the power minus 2, which is equal to I to the power n into 1 by I square, which is equal to, but I square is minus 1, so you'll get minus I to the power n only. I to the power n minus 3 will give you I to the power n into I to the power minus 3, which can be written as I to the power n into 1 by I square into I, because I cube can be written as I square into I, but this is minus 1, so you have minus into I to the power n divided by I. But again I want to remove this I from the imaginary part, so for that I have to multiply both numerator and denominator. So this gives you minus I to the power n divided by I into I here. So I square you will get in the denominator minus 1, minus into minus gives you plus, so you'll have I to the power n into I. So with the help of this equation 2, now I can write as minus 1 to the power n into alpha 1 minus I dash dash alpha n minus I, and then the left hand side I can express I to the power n, I to the power n into 1 minus, because what is 1 by I? 1 by I can write it as minus I, because with this I to the power n here. So I'll just replace I to the power n minus 1 by minus I to the power n into I. So here it will become minus P1 I. And what about I to the power n minus 2 here? I to the power n minus 2, it is minus I to the power n. So I to the power n I have already taken here outside, so we'll get minus P2 plus, what about I to the power n minus 3? That is coefficient of this next term here, that is P3. So it will be I to the power n into I, so it will be P3I. P3I, and then minus dash dash. Now with this, the left hand side will remain as it is. Let me just express the right hand side. It will be I to the power n into 1. I can write this term 1 minus P2, the term independent of I here, P2, and the next term will be plus, okay, P4, and then the dash dash, and then minus I can write here, because here you have minus I into P1 such that minus PI1, and then minus P3, because I have taken this minus outside, so minus into minus give you P3, and I have taken I outside and replace it by minus I, so plus P5 dash dash, and so on. So you have this relation, name it as equation 2, whereas the left hand side it is minus 1 to the power n into alpha 1 minus I dash dash alpha n minus I. Now again for the same equation 1, what is that equation 1? This one, you replace x by minus I. Again put x is equal to minus I in 1, we get. So if you replace I here in 1 by minus I, so this will change now to minus 1 to the power n into alpha 1 plus minus into minus I gives you plus I, and then dash dash alpha n plus I equal to I to the power n into, this will remain as it is, 1 minus P2 plus P4 minus dash dash, whereas here this will change, wherever I is this you replace it by minus, so minus into minus I gives you plus I into P1 minus P3 dash dash. Name it as equation 3. Now multiply equation 2 and 3. What is the left hand side? Minus 1 to the power n into minus 1 to the power n gives you minus 1 to the power n plus n by law of indices. And this one, alpha 1 plus I, that is a minus b into a plus b gives you alpha 1 square plus minus I square dash dash into alpha n square minus I square. The right hand side will give you I to the power n into I to the power n will give you I to the power n plus n. And then this is the form a minus IB into A plus IB. So this will give you 1 minus P2 plus dash dash the whole square, and then this I minus I into I gives you I square. I square into minus 1 will give you plus, so you have I will have P1, because I square is minus 1, with this minus it become plus, so P1 minus P3 dash dash the whole square. So the right hand side, the left hand side will be minus 1 to the power n plus 1, 2n will be 1 only, because the something power by even number will always be positive. So you have, this is alpha 1 square, because I square gives you minus into minus gives you plus 1. And then alpha 2 square plus 1 dash dash alpha n square plus 1. Whereas the right hand side, I to the power n plus 1 will always give you an even number. So therefore we have, this is the result, the left hand side, 1 minus P2 plus P4 plus minus, dash dash whole square plus P1 minus P3 plus dash dash the whole square. So this give you, this prove the result.